Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I want to show you how to make my Boardwalk Fun Faux Centre Step card. And the little wheel spins. How cool is that? So this is how it looks when it stands up, and it will spin. But it's just super cute, isn't it? I love this set. I buy it. I did buy it because, you know, you see things and then you want it, don't you? So it's in the January to April mini catalogue here. It's a whole suite. So the stamps and dies, these are the stamps, these are the dies. I just love them. So you get these cute little details like this little train that will go on here. These little cars on the big wheel. You can cut these out 6 at a time, which was great for class because, you know, 70 times that many cuts individually would have been tough. These are the gorgeous papers. Look at these. And the reason I bought this, I wanted this ticket die for my launch, catalogue launch in April, but ended up using it. You've got these puffy foam stickers, so really fun, sweet. I've seen all sorts of fun projects with them. There's some here. So let me show you, keep spinning, yay. Let me show you the supplies you need to make this. So you need a piece of thick basic white cardstock. This measures 4 inches by 11.5 inches. You need a piece of Cabana cardstock. This measures 2.25 inches by 8 inches. A piece of basic white cardstock. This measures 2 inches by 5.25 inches. And I've gone ahead and embossed this in the Swirly embossing folder, still in the main catalogue. Possibly won't be there for much longer because it's been in there for a few years, but I love it as a little simple background. Oh, I can hear seagulls. That's coincidental, as these are normally at the beach. Okay, then you need some scraps. Oh, you need to design a series paper, and I've gone ahead and I've stamped this little part of the roller coaster, so it's not quite full. Where did I put the stamps? Here you can see I've only got a section of it. But that's all I wanted on here. I just wanted it in the background. So this one measures 3 3/4 this way by 3.5 this way. You will need some scraps of Cabana, basic white, Secret Sea, another bit of Secret Sea, some lemon lolly, some Petunia Pop, anything else. This is to do all these other little bits here. No, I think that's it. Okay, let's go ahead and show you what I did. So put this to one side for a second. I've gone ahead and I've cut this super cool big wheel out of basic white, and to get it to spin like this, we want to get rid of, I'm going to put something a bit darker underneath while I do this actually. It's all going to fall in now. You need to get rid of this base piece. So I'm going to snip near the big wheel here, just follow that circle round, and then on this side as well. So you want to keep all the cars, and so you're just getting rid of that piece, okay? And then on the other one, I cut this, let me get the die. I don't need the whole thing. So when I cut it, I cut the base and up to this, no, you can't see it because I'm on a darker colour, and up to this circle here. So all I want is this base and this circle really. So I didn't worry about cutting this top bit off. So I was left with this. And then I'm just going to show you what I did here, because we only want the base. So we don't want this all to show underneath when it spins. So on this piece, so this is the bit you want. You want this circle and these 2 legs and this base bit. So I'm going to cut up the side of here a bit further up to the circle. I'm going to cut round the circle, but in slightly to make it a little bit smaller. Didn't have to be perfect here, doesn't have to be a perfect circle. And then I'm going to come back down this little piece here. Okay, so now I'm left with that. Then I'm going to come back in, I'm going to snip that piece and up to the circle. And the same on this side, get rid of this piece, and up to the circle. Then I'm just going to remove that. Again, doesn't have to be particularly neat, but that's what you want to end up with. So, I don't know, to me it looks kind of like a little octopus head with some of its legs. Anyway, strange. I'm just going to get rid of that little bit there. Okay, so that's what we want there. Now, I've gone ahead and cut quite a few of these bits because it's quite a lot of die cutting, I'm not going to lie. So the pieces in Petunia Pop that you want, I'm missing a little star here. I saw it earlier. Oh, here it is. You want one of these. I called it holy pieces. I don't know what to call it. I liked it, so I used one of the sets of cars and one of the stars. Out of your Secret Sea, you want to cut both of the palm trees. We're cutting a ticket out of the scrap of Cabana. And out of the scrap of Lemon Lolly, we're cutting another holy piece, a large star and a small star. Whoops, I can't pick it up. Come on. Okay, and then I've cut also 4 of each of these little Petunia Pop, Lemon Lolly and Cabana cards. So I've gone ahead and cut those as well because, you know, you don't really want to see me cut those. The other thing you will need is one of these spinners. I haven't used a brad, it's a spinner. I've got these from Amazon. I will put the link in the product description below, as I will with all of these supplies and the name of the stamp set and the die. This is how it spins so free. I don't think it would do that with a brad. It wouldn't spin so fast. So that's what I've used. So let's bring some bits back in. I'm going to show you how to score on here. Let me bring in my Simply Score tool, my favorite scoring tool. Ignore this, it's not relevant. Let's put that to one side. Okay, so you need to score on the long side, on the 11.5 inch side. You need to score at 3 3/4 inches, at 7.5 inches, and at 9.5 inches. And then while we've got the scoreboard out, just going to get our piece of Cabana, and this one's going to be scored at 5.5 inches on the long side, on the 8-inch side. Okay, so that's all the scoring done. Okay, so we've got 2 smaller sections, a bigger section and a bigger section. So with the smaller section, the first one you're going to fold away from you and just give that a little burnish, throw it in the folder, along there. And then fold it back on itself and you're going to burnish there. So at the moment we've got a mountain fold. And then this one, the big one on the other end, you're going to fold away again. So then you've got mountain, valley, mountain. Okay, so that's how your piece should look. It's very simple but very effective, this fold. Bring in your Cabana, you're going to fold on that one, check that it's all lined up on this side and give it a little burnish. And then we're going to add the swirly embossed piece. I thought it looked, you know, a bit fairgroundy, a bit fun. A bit fairgroundy, I mean, really. A bit fun, I should just say. Nobody's ever looked at that and thought, that looks like a fairground. Oh dear. Okay. Center it as best you can. This is going to be mainly hidden anyway, so don't worry if it's not perfect. Okay, with the piece of designer series paper, like I say, it's wider than it is high, and that's going to stick in here with a bit of a border around those edges, well, all 4 edges. Okay, so let's pop some glue on the back, make sure we got it up the right way, and in that section there. Oops. Ooh, no, it's stuck. It's not moving now. Okay, so before we put this piece on, we're going to add our little cars. Ooh, upside down. How cute are these? And do it at this stage because I didn't on my designs and it was fiddly. So, oh, sweet. Oh, okay. So I've chosen these colours because they're in the papers. But there's so many different colours, to be honest, in there. So you could, you know, mix them up. But also this is the last few months, a couple of months that Petunia Pop will be available because it was an in colour from almost a couple of years ago. So it will disappear. Why haven't I got this straight? Concentrate. There we go. It's not quite the perfect fit there, but you'll be able to see where you're going. And to be honest, it doesn't really show that much, just a bit of a feature in the background. Okay, so now we've got that on. Put it all back together, so that's how much will show from the front. So with this piece, we're just going to attach it, so this is all folded up at the very base here with an equal distance either side. So don't put your glue too high up because you don't want it to show over the top. So this is on the inside kind of fold. So pop it, like I say, kind of centrally. I'm looking from the side, so let's spin it around. And then as you have it all folded up, it will naturally go in the right place at the back. So have it all bunched up like this. Put some glue, again, not too far down on this top section, because there's really not a lot of it that sticks, and then just fold over. I may have gone too far. Have I? No, just got away with that. Okay, so be careful with that. So that's how the mechanism works. Super simple, but looks really effective. Okay, so next we're going to do some stamping, and actually possibly should have stamped that before, but we'll do it now. Now my stamp for this one is missing the top bit of the Y. I don't know why, it's just not quite been cut, or it's cut away too much, but it's not a problem. I used it for my classes, and then I will just ask Stampin' Up to replace it. So if ever you have an issue with that, they will happily replace things, that kind of thing. It doesn't happen very often, but so I am missing a bit of the Y, but I have a Secret C pen, and I'm going to use the fine end. Luckily it's not too tricky to just put a little line in. If it was one of the other letters, I may have struggled a bit, but you know, that was a easy solution for that. And then on this little ticket, I am going to stamp Celebrate. So actually in this set, another thing that I really liked was the fonts and the sentiments. I thought they were really cute, so another reason to buy it. So this time just putting Celebrate on this ticket. That inked up okay. I've been using that ink pad a lot, so probably time for a re-ink. There we go. How cute is that font? I'm going to put this away because, you know, I've already got it on me. It is, if you're going to get ink on you, it's going to be this as dark as they come, isn't it? So, okay, so next we're going to start building this up. So, I just played around with how I wanted this layout. So I put one of these coming up here. I just wanted to use what I had really. One kind of, ooh, coming out here, maybe a little bit showing at the top, but stagger them a little bit. So kind of like that, however you want really. So this is how I've done this on my original. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put the lemon lolly on first, but you know, these, put them where you like really. But this is how I wanted to do it. So one coming up there a bit. This one, I don't think I put the glue right to the pointy edge because it was going to be slightly higher than the other bits. So this one up like that. I've put my Petunia Pop star up here. Oh, there. What else? Oh, my palm trees. Okay, so they're going to stick on kind of staggered here. So put your tallest one on first. And I've just put some glue in the middle up here. And then I did put a little bit down here because I don't want it to get caught up in the spinner. I'm running out of space to put my glue here, actually. My desk needs tidying. So I put it a bit of a, you know, angle, how palm trees tend to curve. And then this one here can just go down a little bit further. Oh, bent it up. So again, some glue on the back. just reminded me. I just looked out my window because I must have had a dream that my neighbours had taken their palm tree down. I don't know why they have a palm tree, particularly we're in the south of England. It's not really a thing, but it's not. It's still there. That must have been a dream. How strange. My dreams are very busy and vivid. I think I live a double life. That's why I'm always so tired. Never mind. Okay, there we go. So that's stuck down. Then actually with this one I've stuck it flat, this piece, but you could prop this bit up on a dimensional and these bits, and it might help it spin a bit better, but to be honest I'm quite happy with how mine was spinning. Actually we need to put this piece on first. Yeah, you can do it at a bit of an angle or come across. I'm too indecisive today. Right, glue on this ticket. I think on my original I might have propped this up on a dimensional, and then I didn't want it to be because it made everything a bit too high for this piece, but of course you can if you want. Okay, let me show you this piece here. Now we're going to get the little cars and stick them on. So I'm not going to make you watch me stick on all of these, but you need 4 of each colour. And then I just did them. I'm just going to stick 3 on just to show you where I'm going with this. And then I just went round in the same kind of pattern. So, and you'll see on here, these little bits, you line them up with the shape that's on here. So it's already doing it so that it's kind of swinging. So these ones are hanging below, these are hanging below this bit. So have it with these little ones hanging down at the bottom. And then all I did was pop some dots of glue on here. Oh, sorry, I think I just knocked the camera with my glasses. Tweezers will probably be your friend at this point because it is fiddly. I didn't do it when I designed this, but so I'm going to come in, and that's the wrong way up. Oh, come on, Tracy. Maybe tweezers aren't your friend. It's quite fiddly, but I feel it's worth it. There we go. So let's go Costa Cabana, Lemon Lolly, and Petunia Pop. And then you, gosh, my hands are shaky. And then you work around in the same order, Costa Cabana, Lemon Lolly, Petunia Pop. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Yeah, so that's fun and not fiddly at all. Is it? But you know, I think it's worth it because it's such a cute little wheel. Look at that. Okay, the big star is going to sit in the middle, the big Lemon Lolly star. Like that. And then, ta-da, the mechanism. So where did I put my little things? Here we go. So little spinners. I didn't realise how they worked. I was trying to pull them apart. No, you don't need to do that. Glue dot is your friend here. Oh, stuck to my nail already. Oh, such fun. Okay, so with the glue dot, all stuck together now as well. Take one off here. I use a take a pick tool, just as easy. Pop it on top of the big piece here. Yes, yeah. And then pop it roughly in the middle of your Secret Sea piece here. Another one on top. A bit more fiddly. I mean, the whole thing's fiddly, isn't it? But gosh, I haven't got that very centrally on, but never mind, it doesn't matter as long as it's on there. Okay, and then you're just going to put this one on top. I had it up the way it should be hanging to start with. I mean, I don't know if it makes a difference. And again, doesn't have to be perfectly central. And then I sort of just curled the edges up a little bit just to make sure it spins. Didn't like spinning on there, but like I say, you could, if I turn this off a bit, you could, oh, it is spinning, but it's just that it's not stuck to anything at the moment. So Like I say, this bit you could prop up a bit if you wanted to, but I'm just going to glue it down. So glue in the middle of the secret C bit here, and then on these kind of feet bits, maybe a bit along the bottom. I got mine hanging too low there. I feel this should have gone down a bit. Anywho, I might try and arrange that in a minute, or rearrange it. So this is just going, so covering that ticket a little bit and having the palm trees behind like that. I think I might have mine too low. I'm going to pull that off a sec because I'm not loving how that's spinning. Just off of that piece. Yeah, so try and get it essentially as you can into this piece. It will still spin, so don't kind of fret too much, but the more central you get it, the better you are. So I'm just going to bring it towards me for a second because I think I can actually see where I was going really. Okay, and then like I say, you can pull the sides up a little bit. Yay! It's so cute. And then all of this finishing off with, I think these are on clearance rack now, the holographic dots. So do check those out because these are super cute to put on here and on so many projects. So yes, they're discounted at the moment. But there you have it. I know it was fiddly, but I hope you agree it was worth it. Have I done everything? One more yellow star, sorry. There was a lot on this project, so I'm just going to stick this little star on. I think then I have everything. I mean, if you have anything left over, pop it on. So I hope you've enjoyed making my Boardwalk Fun Faux Centre Step card and have as much fun making it as I did designing it. Take care, see you soon. Bye.